Sega Saturn, SHIRO!
Hey everybody, it's Friday. Welcome to SHIRO Show. I'm Saturn Dave. This is Traino Co. How you doing, Pat?
How's it going? Could be better. Could be better. After announcement we're going to talk about later. Could be better. I almost cried from the inside.
Hold on a second. You were like not moving. I don't know. Your camera wasn't moving or something like that.
I froze. But anyways, how's it going? Like I said, everything's going good. Besides
difficulties.
Yeah, literally would not be a SHIRO show. We could restart the intro and make it not technical, or we can just keep this in for the lulz.
Hey, lulz are good. I'm actually gonna take off part of my camera here. Yeah, that's better. That way people can't see my green screen.
Just redo the intro in that case.
Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome to the SHIRO Show. It's Friday. I'm Saturn Dave. This is Traino Co. How are you doing, Pat?
Doing okay. Could be better, especially with the announcement from the Nintendo Direct. Made me very sad.
Oh yes, yeah. Sad, really? That much? You want to talk about it now?
Yeah. I know we can do a small intro and we can have that as a part of the news because we're kind of slow on news this week, so we'll add that into the Nintendo Direct section. But besides that, it was pretty good. Like I said, just been busy with some projects. Might have a new one coming up depending on how an auction goes, so we'll see or maybe not see.
Any hints, or is it just I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. So,
somebody posted something in the Discord. James Mencia, Mercy, whatever his name is. James Mercia posted an auction in the SHIRO Discord that he was looking at, and I was like, you know what, I'll bid on that. So, nice. Okay. I don't want anyone's hopes up, so I'll talk about it if I win it in 2 days. So if you see me happy next stream, you know what happened.
Sounds like a plan.
It's not, but whatever.
We got Knight in the chat. Knight, you want to tell us how you're doing, or do you want to remain silent?
He didn't pay enough for the Patreon, so he's not allowed to talk.
He's not allowed to talk. I'm sorry.
No.
That just goes to show you I don't know like who's pledged what amount. I just know that he's here. So.
No, he can talk. He's an honored guest. How's it going, Knight?
Oh, it's going. Loving the show. Enjoying my Fridays. How about you guys?
I am beat down physically, not feeling good, but I'm gonna plug away and do the best that I can at this, you know?
It's like that song, that Korn song, breaking me down into the ground.
Yeah.
Sort of like that.
That's a classic right there. Except good singing.
Yeah. But actually, there was something I wanted to talk to you. There was something that celebrated its 30th anniversary actually today.
Just today?
Yeah,
I'm drawing a blank. I've had my head in the sand. I've been working. What's up?
I'll give you a hint. It's in our intro.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. 30 years old.
Never mind.
Wow, I feel old.
30 years old. Holy crap. Like, I don't remember that coming out because I was a -1, but what about you? Do you remember that at all?
Yes. No. Okay. I was 8, right? I'm 38, so I would have been 8 years old when it came out, and I was not aware of it when it came out, but because I was listening to shittier music, arguably shittier music. But I had a cool older friend when I was like, I think I was like probably 9 or 10. When I finally became aware of it, I had a cool older friend who like lived with his dad in a van, and his name was Richard, and he had a guitar and he had an amp in the van and everything like that, and they were kind of like living the hippie lifestyle, you know. And I thought he was so cool, you know, and he was like, we need to start a band, you know, and he gave me this cassette, you know, and he's like, you got to listen to these guys. It'll change your life, right? And I popped it in, and I was like, I thought it was noise. I thought it was garbage. Because it was like literally nothing I'd ever heard before, you know? And so it took a while to wrap my head around Nirvana. But what happened was he ended up taking guitar lessons from my dad, which made me incredibly jealous. Because before that, my dad gave me a guitar, and I put it in the closet, and I did not care about music. But the fact that my older cool friend who I looked up to was getting guitar lessons from my dad and like I wanted that bonding time, you know. I got incredibly jealous, and so I started learning Come As You Are, like fervently learning Come As You Are, and practicing and practicing and practicing so I could impress my dad. And my dad was like, you know, I've offered to give you guitar lessons before, you've just turned me down, you know. And I was like, but all of a sudden I cared, you know. That's my story. That's my story of Nirvana. We started a little band. It was crap, but I learned like every song on that album by heart, and that's what got me into Nirvana and grunge and all that stuff. Yeah.
Did your dad ever end up giving you lessons or giving you pointers?
Yeah, my dad. I ended up because I actually at that point got into guitar, realized that it was fun. You know, music is great. I think music was in my blood, you know, but I just spent most of my childhood playing video games and sports that I kind of ignored music. Because my dad is a professional musician, right? So I got kind of music shoved down my throat. And so that was kind of it was kind of my way of rebelling, is to just say, no, I don't like music, you know, or I don't want any part of music, because that's all my dad ever does is work on his band stuff and everything like that. So, but anyway, it ended up bringing us together.
To be fair, I think that was pretty an optimal age to learn it at 13.
Yeah. Oh, I think I was like 10. I think it was like 10 or 11. But yeah, my friend. But
wow,
anyway,
that's even better.
Yeah. So I discovered Soundgarden through him. You know, Pearl Jam, and that was it. That was the. I don't remember what summer that was, but that was like the summer when the 3DO hit and the 32X were out, and there was and the Jaguar and all these like crazy. And the sun was setting on the 16-bit generation, and it was kind of like I kind of refer to it as like the Wild West of video games, because it was almost like there was like this power vacuum with the 16-bit systems going out and the Jaguar throwing their hat in, and it was almost like any company was like, oh, we can make a game system, you know, just put a bunch of ads in the magazines and kids will buy it, you know. But then like you had the Neo Geo, which was like $700 or $900. I don't even remember how crazy the AES was, but it was crazy, right? It was crazy money. 3DO was like $700 or $900. As a kid, you couldn't afford it, but you still like drooling over the pictures in the magazines and stuff and being like, oh my God, like what's going on? Because before that, Nintendo was all I knew, you know. It was like Nintendo. Everything was Nintendo. And then of course
Nintendo Power, baby.
Yeah, exactly. I had my parents got me a subscription in Nintendo Power, and so basically my brain was just plugged into Nintendo, and I was getting all their propaganda. That's all I knew. It was just walled garden Nintendo. And I mean, if you were a kid growing up on Super Nintendo and Nintendo Power, you were a happy kid. There was a lot of great stuff, but you didn't know about this whole other world of gaming, you know? And so like my friend, I'd go over to his house and he'd have like Lethal Enforcers on the Sega CD. And I was just like, oh my God, this is so like, this seems like an adult game, you know? This seems like adult stuff. Cause he had, he had like what is it? The Dirk, what's that dungeon game with the dragon?
Dragon's Lair.
Dragon Slayer, yeah, he had Dragon's Lair. Dragon's Lair, yeah, he had Dragon's Lair, and he had Lethal Enforcers, and he had Snatcher, and it was just like, wow, man, I've never really been exposed to this Sega console, but it's like so hardcore, you know. And
that was actually my first Sega CD game, Dragon's Lair.
Was it really? It's pretty janky on that console, to be honest. Like,
it's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's still cool.
It's honestly not great on the 3DO either. I have it on the 3DO, and it's like the Laserdisc version. If you can even emulate it, you know, the Laserdisc version is the way to go, you know. Yeah,
a lot of people have found ways to emulate that pretty faithfully nowadays, so it's not too bad.
Oh yeah, isn't there like
wish they put
Daphne is like the Laserdisc emulator?
I think so.
Yeah.
The one that I really wanted that I was sad they never put anything to is Cliffhanger. That's my favorite Laserdisc game.
Oh, Cliffhanger. And there was a port of that to Sega CD, was there not?
No, it was a different game. That's Cliffhanger, the one that's based off Stallone.
Oh,
but it's based off that game.
I got you. Okay.
Cliffhanger's it's that FMV game that's based off Lupin the Third, Castle Cagliostro, and another movie.
Oh, yes.
But it's mostly Castle Cagliostro.
Yeah, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's right up your alley.
But yeah, no, I'm a big Lupin fan, so I actually have a poster on the wall over there that I don't want to move my setup, but trust me, it's on the wall over there. I'll take a picture and put in the Discord of my Lupin cliffhanger poster I got at game ZapCon a couple years ago. Really good.
Cool. Yeah, you know, so Nirvana obviously means a lot to you. That Nevermind is an epic album, and it means a lot to me too. 10 and Nevermind, you know, those two albums, and even Soundgarden, like that time, it's all tied up in the same. Like if you're you know younger and you're like learning about it kind of vicariously, that's great too, you know. But it's like if you were a tween in that time period, it was just like it was an amazing time to be a kid, like growing up with grunge and like the 16-bit consoles and the 32-bit consoles, and like hanging out at the mall. Malls were a thing back then, of course. So it's like that's where we all hung out. I still remember.
I got the tail end of that.
You got the tail end. See, this was pre-internet, right? So it was like, where did you go? Where was your third place? You know, a lot of us went to the mall and we hung out at you know, like GameSpot or we'd hang out at EB Games, or it was called.
I went to I think I did Suncoast Video.
Oh,
there was had any of those.
Yeah, there was a Suncoast in my mall. That's where you get all the cool anime. You know,
that's where I got all mine. Got the Kirby Right Back at You DVDs there.
Yep, I got all the Miyazaki films there. Before, like I got them on VHS, like before it was like a cool thing to do. I mean, I guess it was cool if you worked at Suncoast, you knew what was up. But yeah, it was like at my mall, you had Suncoast Video, and then like right across from that, you had a Walden Software, and Walden Software was actually like, you know, it was cool. Like they had a lot of cool games there. It was kind of like Babbage's, I guess, because we didn't have Babbage's where I was growing up. Yeah, Babbage's were more like an East Coast thing, but on the West Coast we had Walden Software, and then another.
I thought they had Babbage's in San Diego.
Well, they might, but I grew up in Reno. I grew up in Reno, yeah. So it was like small town. You don't have that much. We had Electronics Boutique though, and that was great. And I love that. So I lived at that store practically. That's where I saw my first PlayStation. Walked in there, I saw like PlayStation with Jet Moto on it. I was just like, what the hell is this? Crazy time to be alive. Like seeing 3D gaming for the first time. I mean, before that it was Star Fox for me, you know, like, and I was crazy about Star Fox, and I like beat it 100 times, you know. But it was like 12 frames per second, you know, and it was like really rudimentary 3D. That and Virtua Fighter in the arcade, or you go to a movie theater and you would see like a big sit down cabinet for virtual racing, and that would blow your mind, you know, that kind of thing. But to see like an actual game console doing that stuff was just insane. Yeah, exactly.
And I just want to bring it back to the music real quick. I just really like, I loved both those albums, 10 and Nevermind. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, this is gonna hurt people. I actually preferred Audioslave over Soundgarden. No offense to the Soundgarden people, but like Audioslave is so much better.
It's a different flavor, really. I mean, you get Chris Cornell on vocals, but Audioslave is harder. It's more adrenaline. That's hard to say though too, because with Soundgarden, for instance, take what is the game that we love so much? Need for Speed.
Wipeout.
No, the motorcycle one. Like, is escaping me right.
Road Rash.
Yeah, Road Rash. Oh, and you'd get like Kickstand, you know, something like Kickstand or something that has a lot of that Audioslave DNA in it. As far as like that song hits harder and it's more like has more punk in it than say some weird stuff that like Kim, the guitar player, did. He wrote a lot of that weird stuff, you know. I forget his full name.
Yeah.
Kim
in all honesty, though, I actually thought that Soundgarden was a lot harder than Audioslave.
Oh, did you? Oh.
Yeah, like Spoonman is like way heavier than anything on like their first Audioslave album.
I guess so. I guess that's true. But anyway, it's like all that stuff is tied together in my mind.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, I just like just want to say, also 1991 full of milestones. Ren and Stimpy premiered on August 11th. But yeah, there's just so much good stuff, and I just loved, you know, I loved all that sort of stuff in that era, and I still do. Like,
it was such a great.
Yeah.
It was such a great time to loiter as a kid. We would just skate swimming pools and stuff, and we would go to the mall and hang out and just not buy anything. We would look at games and stuff. It's all on the internet now, and I mean, I guess that's kind of
Yeah.
I hope that we can capture some of that vibe in our Discord chat and stuff like that, and how kind of bring the community and stuff like that. But being a kid in the '90s was just like I don't know. It was that. That's why I have so many fond memories of it.
Skate in some pools.
Sorry.
We need to do some B&E and skate in some pools.
Yeah, it'd be great. Oh, I was going to tell you regarding music and Road Rash. A blind spot for me when it comes to grunge bands was Paw. Like that was not on my radar. I was big into Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Nirvana, several Offspring, some punk bands too, and several other bands that were kind of like, in the peripheral there. But I really never listened to Paw, and it's a great band. That album Dragline is a great album. And you should check it out. It's featured prominently on that game Road Rash on the Saturn and on the 3DO and everything. And it's phenomenal. It's really good stuff. So if folks aren't familiar with Paw, check it out. Yeah, check out Under the Bridge, or I think it's called Under the Bridge. Which there was a Red Hot Chili Peppers song, I think.
One of my other favorite bands, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
I think around the era they released some of their best albums.
Yeah, I was a huge Chili Peppers fan earlier in the day, and like that was my beach music. Like we were going to the beach or something, we'd always be listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers, Like what you're saying, like Blood Sugar Sex Magic, or some of the stuff that's early later. The sun, that one's pretty good. That's like the early stuff was like the stuff I was really into. I mean, I liked Chili Peppers later on, but they were kind of like really commercial. And I kind of like Breaking the Girl, that kind of stuff,
Yeah, and I really thought they took it back when Californication came around.
That was a good album. It was solid. Yeah.
Yeah, just skip Red Hot Minute and you're good.
Yeah, and I mean, there's good songs on all their albums, but it's just
Wow, another 91, Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
Yeah, Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
Dang.
Crazy. That's 91. That was a crazy year. So we were talking on chat, and sorry if we're going on this, but we were talking on the chat, and you were saying Super Mario World had already hit, right? So Super Mario World had hit in 91. So when I think of 91, I think I must not have gotten a Super Nintendo until 92, because I remember I had like Super Metroid and Zelda Link to the Past and stuff like that, and that was all 92, right? My timeline gets foggy when I go back that far.
I think Link to the Past is 91 too, as well.
Okay, well I didn't get it. I just didn't get stuff brand new like that. I didn't get it on day one because my folks would make me wait until the following Christmas or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's cool. No, I get that. I think a lot of people were like that as well. Like a lot of people not playing it till 94, but I think I know that Link to the Past was 91, and so is Super Mario World.
But Super Metroid was 92. Pretty darn sure.
No, that was 94.
Well, that was 94. Okay, see, my when I go that far back, I cannot remember specific dates. It's all a blur.
Was that 93?
Yeah.
It's 93 or 94. I remember it's on the title of the screen, 1994. Yeah. Like when the enters that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, speaking of Mario, maybe we should talk about speaking of Mario and actually a movie coming out in 91. Why don't we talk about a new thing for Mario?
Well, let me ask you, if you were going to make a Mario film, who would you cast as Mario? I'm just curious.
Charles Martinet.
Really? You mean you wouldn't cast Chris Pratt?
Oh,
seriously?
God, please don't. No. Yeah,
what's wrong with you, Pat?
Let me get Chris Pratt.
You don't want people to watch your movie? Do you seriously want to drive them away? You're going to drive them away, Pat. If you don't cast Chris Pratt in that lead role, they're not going to watch your movie because nobody cares about Mario.
Yeah, totally.
I'm being sarcastic here, people.
I know. But yeah, totally. No one's gonna care. I do agree. No one's gonna care about Mario. That property. You need Chris Pratt to bring people in to watch it.
Right.
But yeah. No, I saw that in an announcement. I just want to talk about that because it's like, wow, like it seemed like a Mega 64 skit. Like it's like a joke. Like, oh hey, like it was funny. I remember I saw it and I screamed, "What the f!" Like
you were so angry. You were so angry.
Yeah,
you still
my roommate heard me in the hall. Yeah, I still am. My roommate heard me in the hall, and I ran out to him, and he watched it on his computer.
Yeah.
And like I was like, how could this get any worse than the next person? Jack Black as Bowser. I was like, what?
That's wild, man. And Seth
And
Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Yeah, and then I was like, how could it get any worse than Seth Rogen? It's like, this was a joke. There's no way that was real.
Right.
Like,
It's not April Fool's though.
Yeah, it's like I don't know why. Like it's just weird to me that they would. I mean, I kind of get. No, actually, I don't kind of get it. It's an animated movie. Why would they need to put celebrities in it? I mean, it's not like, oh, mom and dad aren't going to go see a Mario movie. Are you kidding me?
I mean, everybody's going to see it. Everybody. You know they're doing this though. So okay, here's the deal. I did not watch the Nintendo Direct. I was working a lot yesterday. I had my head down. Anytime Pat posts something, it comes up on my feed, you know, because I follow him, and I saw him complaining about this. First thing I thought was, oh, they're doing a live action movie. Chris Pratt, I could see that, and I just assumed it was live action because the Sonic movie's live action. I figured they're just copying to try to cash in. You know, they just don't want to be upstaged by the blue blur. And I'm like, okay, so Chris Pratt, that's not that far of you couldn't have Martinet running around punching blocks. You know, that's not going to work. But then when I found out that it was like animated, you know, like the what was that movie you mentioned? The Incredibles, was it? No,
Illumination did Despicable Me and Sing.
Right.
But to be fair, Sing is a fire movie. Go see Sing 2.
Sure.
That movie's pretty good.
Sure.
Not gonna lie.
But it's basically like Knight said, it's basically like you're watching a video game, right? Because the whole thing is 3D animated. So why on earth would they have to have like these like box office stars do the voices? It makes no sense.
I don't know. Like, I could see stuff like Sing and like Despicable Me. Yeah, get it. You get popular, but even then, they did a good job. Like Steve Carell as Gru. Like great, fantastic. Did an actual voice actor.
Yeah, but those weren't established characters. Those weren't established characters.
No, they weren't.
And you didn't have somebody voicing them. Like I feel like Charles Martinet must be a little, you know, he must be a little offended right now, right? Because he's been voicing Mario for 25 years. 25 plus years.
Yeah.
And then like, and Shigeru Miyamoto is doing the writing and the producing on this, and I can't believe that he didn't, you know, like he probably doesn't care. He's probably like, I don't care what you guys do in the West, we're gonna get a good voice actor for Japan, you know.
Well, actually, I was talking to a friend about that, and apparently they did the announcement in Japan, and they announced the same actors.
Yeah,
like they did the Japan Direct. Also, Film Cow saying Charles Martinet should still be the voice of Mario and Luigi regardless of the script. Serious Family Drama Premium Brothers, I want that in Martinet's voice. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Film Cow should do Luigi. That's just my opinion. I said it on his Twitter, so
nice.
Let's do it. Hashtag Film Cow for Luigi.
Well, guess who they have for? You didn't mention it, I don't think. Who did they have for Luigi?
Oh yeah.
Dan.
Actually, I'm not as man about this. Charlie Day, conspiracy guy from from Always Sunny, right? I mean, crazy guy from Always Sunny. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But to be honest, I could kind of see Charlie. I mean, as much as I'm upset with them replacing everybody, I mean, I love Charlie Day. I'm a Charlie Day fanboy. Like, I love Always Sunny. So anyone wants to talk Always Sunny, hit me up. Love Rumham.
Mm-hmm.
You know, love Dayman, Fighter of the Nightman, Master of the Sun. Was it something of Karate and Friendship for Everyone? I forgot what it was. Oh, Master of Karate and Friendship for Everyone. That's it. But anyways, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I love Charlie Day, but it is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But like I said, I just think it's pretty bizarre that they would just do that. I mean, yeah, I get it. Like the film industry, that's the MO, and of course, Illumination part of DreamWorks, which they pioneered that sort of bringing the names in because of the guy that made it. I can't remember what his name was off the top of my head, but he's the one that worked on Aladdin getting Genie in, and he sort of took that to DreamWorks when Michael Eisner kind of screwed him over, and they did Shrek the same way. Yeah, I'm not going to go into history of that. You get my point, but yeah, I get it, but also I don't get it. I mean, like, I understand you want to bring parents in and enjoy it, but like, I know parents nowadays are what, in their 30s. You're a parent. Not calling you old.
No, I'm old.
You are old.
Nevermind is 30 years old, and I'm older than that.
Old man. Old man. But yeah, anyways, like, you're a parent. Like, I mean, you obviously love Mario. All like parents are like 30s and 40s. They're gonna go see Mario. Everyone's played Mario that's 30 or 40 in that era or heard of it. Like
Seriously.
I don't know anybody's like, oh man, I don't know about the Mario movie.
No, seriously, it's a. So I went and saw the one in the '90s that sucked, and it was.
Yeah.
And I even tried to like that. I tried to fool myself into thinking that I liked it, even though I knew even as a kid that it was trash. And this one is written and produced by Shigeru Miyamoto. If anybody has half a brain, they're gonna go watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be good.
The thing is that he was also. The thing is that he was also on set for the original Super Mario Brothers. You know that? You know
What
that,
happened?
right?
No, I heard about that.
He was on set for that one, yeah. So,
but I also
it's
kind
like,
of, I think that, yeah, like a lot got pushed through. Honestly, a lot got pushed through with that movie that was totally not good, not good. but
yeah, it was
yeah.
a bit bizarre. But yeah, like I said, it's a weird thing. The thing is that my thing is I hope they at least do accents, because like I don't know how my brain would react hearing Chris Pratt's voice come out of Mario. I think I would just leave the theater, throw my pockets, like, okay, that's it, I'm done, and just leave.
If he just tries to emulate Charles Martinet, then I'm just gonna be like, well, what was the point, you know? Because
exactly.
So I'm kind of curious to see what happens. That said, you know, it'll be. I'm still excited that there's a Mario movie coming out, and I'm excited for the next Sonic movie with Knuckles in it.
The Sonic movie's killing it. They get Idris Elba as Knuckles. Like,
I know, right?
I can't be mad at that. It's like you got like one of the best actors. Like I'm down. You sold me the seat. Let's do this. Come on, I got the money. You got the movie. Let's make a deal.
All these people that we're talking about, the Despicable Me, right? Sonic movie, Mario, all these people we're talking about are from either The Office or Parks and Rec. You know, like the voice of Sonic, like all these people have some connection to either The Office or Parks and Rec, and you're just like, what's going on here? Is there some kind of like
the other two series I really love too?
Yeah.
God, I love those series.
Well, while we're talking about Nintendo Direct, what do you think about all those Genesis games on Switch?
Garbage. Let's move on. No, basically, I think it's really interesting. I think Nintendo is doing a good job bringing Sega in and all these other companies, because I was thinking, oh, it's going to be a Nintendo only thing, but with the way that it's all set up, I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do with that, because imagine they get like system errors, like PC Engine, they get like PC 98. Oh, never mind, they're not going to do that. It's all porn games. They get They have the PC88. They like libraries like that.
They need the FM Towns Marty
subscription. I would pay an arm and a leg for some Wonder Swan stuff. Give me the Wonder Swan stuff, Crystal. Sir. Give me Wonder Swan.
Do you have a Wonder Swan?
No, absolutely not. But I do have the Mr. Core of it. So I'm very excited to dig into that. Maybe I might do some after show Wonder Swan play.
Have you ever had an interest in getting one? Like a crystal with like a modded LCD?
My friend got a Final Fantasy one that I was like super jealous of. Like, man, maybe I should get that. But then I was like, man, there's not really a lot of, I don't know if I want to play on it. But that's why I got the Mister, so I can discover that.
Yeah, fair enough. So it's very niche, and I mean, like the games are not going to be cheap either, and a lot of them will have language barriers and stuff too, because so that's cool. But yeah, I would be jealous too of a Wonder Swan Final Fantasy edition. Those things are so sweet looking. And they also have that like Tate mode, for the shooters, you can switch it on its side and still have the controls there. Brilliant idea. That's what the Atari Lynx should have been, honestly.
It's really cool. Yeah.
It's just those. Yeah, I'm jealous that we didn't get Wonder Swan in the West.
I still think yeah, that guy is really lucky though. Like he got the Wonder Swan early, got like literally he bought the Nintendo DD for like I think $600 plus a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, it like tripled in value. It's like over $1,000 now, and it's like he's making like he got all this stuff early, so like he's like beat the odds.
Okay, can I tell you an idiot story? I'm sure we all have. Okay, so
joking. Go for it.
I've been pretty good over the last decade about holding on to things that I know are worth stuff, but I have an idiot story where I picked up locally a Neo Geo Pocket Color with like 10 games, and the Dreamcast link cable. Okay, it had Cool Tune and the link cable, and it also had some of the Neo Geo Pocket card fighting game stuff. So like,
Yeah.
I had the Dreamcast link cable. I used it a couple of times. It was an interesting curiosity. It was something that I'd always wanted. I picked this thing up for $40 on OfferUp locally, right? I had to drive like way down to Chula Vista to meet a guy, but he gave it. I didn't even know what I was getting. I just knew it was Neo Geo Pocket Color with some games. I didn't realize it was like literally 10 games and the Dreamcast link cable and everything like that. And I had it for a while, and then I kind of just didn't play with it. I wasn't messing with it or anything.
Yeah.
And I really wanted a Game Boy Micro. And I ended up trading that in to Ian's shop, Luna Games. Ian Ferguson's shop.
Oh, nice.
I ended up trading it into...
Ian probably was like, oh, this idiot's selling this Neo Geo Pocket Color.
Seriously.
What a dumb,
Seriously. He's, I mean, like, Game Boy Micro, no offense, they're great, but I don't think they're that, like, I got the raw end of the deal. I made a stupid mistake trading that stuff in for, like, a Game Boy Micro and a few games, right? And I still have my Game Boy Micro, and I love it and everything, but I ended up having to buy back a Neo Geo Pocket Color, and I did get, like, I got, like, a bundle, you know, but it wasn't as good, and I didn't get the Dreamcast link cable. So that's my idiot story. I wish that I had.
I got one too, actually.
Do you?
Mine was the Vita. So I picked up a Vita. It was like 2 of the Senran Kagura games in special edition, Persona 4, and a bunch of other stuff. Like for I think it was 120 and a blue Vita.
Yeah.
I bought that for about 120. I was such a great deal, and I was like, you know what, I'm not feeling the Vita.
Yeah.
I sold the Vita, all the games and stuff, and I sold it for like $250, I think. Mm-hmm. Wow, I made a big mistake. That Persona 4 game went to like $100+.
No
all
kidding.
Those games are like super rare. Like
Persona 4 Gold,
games
right?
Are like, yeah, Persona 4 Gold,
which is
expensive.
an excellent game. It's like it's a phenomenal version of that game. Yeah,
exactly.
Oh,
and I just didn't play the Vita, so it's like I don't like no.
Yeah.
Like, I had like a Darius Burst, a lot of really pretty pricey stuff.
Yeah.
And it sucks though because I have it on my OfferUp in my history.
Yeah.
And every time I look at my sale stuff, it's like, wow, I'm such an idiot. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to get another Vita eventually, but I just don't really.
How are we doing on time? We're doing it. Oh, like, wow! We only have like 20 minutes to talk about news. Well, we don't have that much news. Sorry?
Yeah, we have plenty of stuff, but yeah, that's it. But
that's
like
so
I said, just go on the Nintendo Direct real quick. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Genesis stuff. I'm excited to see what they come up with, though.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see.
Games, but and like
moral of the story,
Online,
though. Moral of the story, guys. Be careful when you're trading in stuff. You might regret it later, you know?
I traded a bunch of stuff for that Magic Knight Rare. I do not regret it, and I never will.
That's good. That's good that you were able to walk away from that feeling good, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I made big mistakes before.
Okay, well, you know, we're well into the show, and I'm finally going to bring up the browser. Finally going to bring up our
We have like 2
browser.
articles, so it's not
Yeah, we got like 2 articles. Not a big deal.
We're here for the party, guys.
We are. So,
like
yeah, let's go ahead.
We like to party. We like to party.
Venga Boys?
Yeah, Venga Bus, baby.
We like to party.
Yeah, exactly. I also turned 30 years old.
No,
I'm just joking. It's not. No,
that was like a high school jam. All right, so Best of Saturn Grandia. Any chance Trekkies is watching this?
He's right there in the chat. No, I'm just joking. That's not a dragon. But yeah, I guess I'll go over this real quick, and then you can talk about Project Deluge.
Let's do it. Go over it.
All right, so Grandia originally released in 1997 by the famous game artists that brought us the amazing Lunar games and, of course, Gunriffin. Such a great company. It released only in Japan for years and years until just recently. I think it was like 18 or 19. Was it 19? I think it was 19. We got a fan. Was it 18? No.
Well, he was working on that. He put out the demo for folks to debug in 2018.
19.
Yeah.
I thought it was 19. No. Oh, anyways, it's out. Fan translation of it. Doesn't matter. We played it on the stream years ago. You can watch it in the channel somewhere. one of these cardinal directions.
Yeah.
So there's a button to get to our channel. You click on it, and then it will have
I beat
our
it.
video.
I beat it with my son.
You did?
Trekkies patch. It's phenomenal. It's an
Nice.
excellent game. I actually saved myself for this version of Grandia. I'd never played Grandia before this. I refused to play it on the PlayStation, which some of you might fault me for as kind of being stubborn, but I was like, I'm going to play this game one day on the Saturn, and I did it, and I beat it, and it was excellent.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. You play this this kid and his sister, I believe, or maybe your friend. I can't remember.
Fina and Justin.
Yeah.
And the little girl, I forget her name now. His little sister. Darn it, I can't remember her name.
But anyways, yeah, it starts off pretty cool. You start like as kids playing on a quest, like you're like going on an adventure, getting like these items that are like pots and pans and stuff,
right?
And like sticks, and it turns into a quite interesting adventure from there. Moving forward, but it's a really fun game. Voice acting is tremendously awful in PlayStation, but they have a sub edition with the patch with the fan translation. Everything's subtitled, and it's amazing. It's great. You got the accurate dialogue of the PlayStation version with the great voice acting from the Japanese cast.
Right.
But yeah, it's a pretty fantastic game. Really enjoy it. You can go download the patch for the fan translation. They're pretty much in the final like 1.0, but he's just waiting in case something really bad comes out. I think it's like
version 1.96 or something. It's so close to, but he hasn't given the word of the day. So he hasn't said, okay, it's final, I'm closing the book on it. So I guess it's still open to folks finding little issues with it that they might send Trekkies way, but anyway, thanks goes out to Trekkies and a few other people that helped him. There were other people involved that helped him with the patch and translation and everything. I don't actually can't name all those people off the top of my head, but I know that there was a team involved. But yeah, we also discovered through this, we just kind of discovered how Game Arts was working with CRI on this like video compression, that would end up becoming, I guess you could say, an early prototype of what they would end up using a lot on the Dreamcast, for a lot of FMV on the Dreamcast, the CRI soft deck and everything like that. But at this stage, it was very
still a big name nowadays.
Oh, sure,
you can find the credits in all these new games that are coming out even now.
Absolutely. And again, they were like CSK Research Institute, which were a subdivision of Sega, or one of like Sega's subdivisions, and they did a lot of like the R&D stuff, like behind the scenes with Sega games. It was crazy. They developed like the web browser in Sega Touring Car Championship, and they developed just a ton of stuff that kind of ran in the background that you really wouldn't know about. And then of course they became this big middleware company. And but yeah, no, it's cool. He for the longest time I was like, will he ever figure out the FMVs? And of course he did, and with the help of somebody, I forget who it was, but basically Trekkies, that's kind of his thing. That's his wheelhouse, is like video compression, be it Cinepack or be it True Motion or whatever. He's just like really into the whole video compression thing, and so he was able to get around it and get those subtitles done on the videos, and the rest is history. So it's an excellent game and an excellent patch. Shouts Trekkies. And then of course hit this one, Project Deluge. The newest version of Project Deluge on Hidden Palace.
The newest update, at
least.
Newest
update, yeah.
Yeah, this one's really good. As you remember, like we said back then, we reported back in April about Hidden Palace, the Project Deluge project releasing several CDI, PlayStation 1, and Saturn prototypes and early builds.
Right.
And now they're back, dropping a ton of PlayStation 2, Xbox, and other unreleased games. PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, and Xbox prototypes and unreleased games. So there's quite a lot, and there's been quite a lot of interesting finds in some of these builds. I guess starting off, did you want to read the ones that are sort of notable?
Of Xbox? You've got
all of them.
Well, okay, dinosaur hunting on Xbox. That was crazy. That was a game that that was never released, but it was supposed to be like completely finished, right? Dinosaur hunting.
Well, it came out in Japan, but it just never got an English translation. But
Right. Well,
this
that's
is
what I
actually
mean.
the English
Like,
translation of it.
But
Yeah,
it was that's what I mean. It was finished, but never released in the West. Can you say this next one? Ushin
no, that's the same game.
Daichi.
That's the subtitle for Dinosaur Hunting.
Oh, got it. There's a comma. Okay, it's very small. Early prototypes of Jet Set Radio Future, Crazy Taxi 3, Toe Jam and Earl 3, the VATS. That's not one I'm familiar with. Made Man, and Hail to the Chimp.
Hail to the Chimp. Yeah, these are the last three are the ones that got ported to different systems, but were never released on Xbox until these recent finds.
Right. You had a debug version of Jet Grind Radio on Dreamcast.
It's for the Dreamcast,
yeah. Dreamcast. Early four-wheel Thunder called Off-Road Thunder, and FMVs for prototypes of Deep Fear. Most importantly, a model of Luigi in an early version of Sega GT, which is very interesting.
Yeah, they got Charlie Day and a Sega GT. Oh, I mean Luigi. Sorry.
And then PlayStation 2 with what is that?
It's just an artist tool monitor.
Artist
it's like
tool
a
monitor.
graphic
Okay.
Sound.
Got it. Okay. And then a prototype of Aliens Earth Assault.
It's like a pitch for
like a
it.
pitch. Okay.
Yeah. The screenshots kind of suck.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was all dark, but it's like very dark. Hard to see.
Well, you could
But
probably
it's a cool
put
tech
that through.
demo.
Yeah. What's this? Okay, so you also included information about that auction, the Neo Geo Color.
Yeah, but basically what I talked about was that after sort of the disappointing loss of the Neo Geo Pocket Color prototypes, it's happy to see at least another batch of undumped games make it to the public in some shape or form.
Right,
and then we can talk about that in a little bit. And then, yeah, Hidden Palace said that it's not that Hidden Palace made everyone know that this isn't even the tip of the iceberg of the project. They're not even close to being done. They probably have so many more dumps to get done.
This is just what they've. This is just what they've. They've got. Okay, well that's going in. Don't edit that out. Anyway, so for sure, like this is just what they've been able to do so far, according to their strict protocols. You know, because everything has to be dumped accurately, and they have to fill out all the metadata and stuff for it and everything like that. So there's a lot more to come, and they'll probably just put it out in a large chunk, like you say. Yeah, I was kind of bummed out about the Neo Geo Pocket Color thing. I really hope that whoever bought it will consider teaming up with somebody to dump some of the unreleased games. That would be really rad. I'd love to play Magician Lord on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. I didn't even know that there was I didn't even know that there was a Magician Lord made for the Neo Geo Pocket Color. So there you go. But I mean, yeah, that would be awesome. But that's how the cookie crumbles. It was a really public auction, and people who have the money to spend, they know about that stuff, so it's
exactly. I mean, we can talk about that a little bit more if you want. We have like 10 minutes, so.
Well, that's cool. We were talking about it, and I don't want to be like too negative. I don't want to take too negative a stance.
We were fighting.
Well, we weren't fighting. We were just kind of like
we were fist fighting.
So, because like I watched Genovi's video, and I really kind of agree with him. I kind of agree with him in terms of the fact that I don't feel like this needed to be a big public tweet. Again, like. It could have gone this way no matter what. Like Pat made the argument that it's like, okay, like I'm sure like the guy who bid on it and won probably didn't hear about it from Frank Cifaldi, right? And we don't know that, but it's probably likely that they already the people who have the kind of money to bid on this thing probably didn't hear about it from Frank Cifaldi. But I just figured like Frank, I really admire and appreciate what he does, and I know that in his line of business he has a lot of contacts, private contacts, and I just felt like it was inappropriate to make it a really widespread public tweet. But at the same time say, don't bother pitching in if you don't have deep pockets kind of thing, because it's like, okay, it's public and now everybody knows about it. But like most of the people who are seeing this aren't going to be able to chip in anyway. But I felt like if he could reach out to his private contacts who he already has established, and keep it kind of on the down low but he may have already done that, So again, like I've had time to think about it since I talked to Pat. And I'm kind of backpedaling on the negativity. Like, honestly, it's so easy to be negative about everything. I'm sure that he had the best of intentions, So Really, now all we can really do is hope that whoever won it gets it, and then maybe considers dumping some of the images. And I realize that might be, that might be glass half full.
Yeah,
I might just be too optimistic, hoping that, you know.
Yeah, but I thought I watched the Genovi video. I watched it a couple times just so I can process it a little bit more.
Right.
And I kind of do agree on some of the things he said. Like, it was kind of, I think, saying, oh, if you don't have little pockets, don't apply. If you don't have big pockets, then no need to apply. In all honesty, I think they should have something like that where it's like, hey, we're having this group buy for this project. Donate X amount of money, and if we succeedingly buy it, we charge you. And that way, you know, while maybe one person can't come up with 13 grand, a group of like thousands of people could come up with, you know, 30 grand or so and could have outbid them.
So would it be possible then to set up some kind of something akin to an Indiegogo, like a on the fly Indiegogo, where people chip in you know, people basically put up money, you know, hypothetical money, and that if it actually wins the auction, then they get charged, but if it doesn't, then they get refunded? Is it possible to do that kind of thing? I don't know. Like, it's different than if it's a GoFundMe, and I guess even with a GoFundMe, you can issue refunds, I think. I'm not,
I think something like that. I know that they did a Ko-fi for I think, was it Project Deluge that did it? The Ko-fi, where they basically they're buying the thing, and you donate the money, and you're able to kick towards it, and then once it hits the goal, they'll be able to buy it. Like something
obscure,
like that.
Obscure Gamers did that with the Saturn lot.
Obscure Gamers, that's what it was. Yeah, sorry, I got that confused. But yeah, the Obscure Gamers, when they did that, so like it's essentially just doing something like that, where you contemplate like, hey, how much money do you want for this buyout? You want 30 grand? That's cool. Let's get people together and pay for it, or 15 grand, whatever. Like, I mean, like I think there could be some happy ground on some of these buyers, but it was more difficult because the buyer was Japanese, and I think it was, and I don't know, maybe it was just me when I try to contact people in Japanese, but I always have a hard time like getting through to anybody.
Well, that's because there's a way.
Like,
there's a what do you call it? Like a rule of engagement, and you can't just reach out. Yeah, I mean, you know, like it's a cultural thing, honestly, which I think you need some kind of a reference. You know, if you reach out to somebody and you say, I was referred to you by somebody you know and trust, you know, they might respond. But if you're just reaching out cold, it's almost rude. You know, it's just a difference in our cultures, and you know, I totally get that. And honestly, the fact that these games go to a system that was much more appreciated over in Japan than it was here, to be honest, went to a Japanese buyer is not without, you know, sense. You know, it makes sense, because honestly, let's be honest, if this was Nintendo 64 or PlayStation, people would have taken it so much more serious, you know. But it's like over here, Neo Geo Pocket Color is more of like a passing fancy, you know, like a curiosity than anything, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure, and it definitely is a sadness, but I definitely get that, and I hope that, you know,
it's raining outside.
But
I had to take off my headphones. I'm like, what is that? Oh my god, it's raining. Anyway,
but yeah, like I was saying, I think Genovi made a good point, though, saying, or at least maybe he didn't really directly say this, but imply that maybe something like a group buy like that, where little fish can donate, would be a good idea. Like, hey, Frank Savaldi buying the game project. Here you go. Here's donations. We need money. Like a sort of a charity drive. But like, hey, here's our goal. Give us money. You know, and then like maybe like a bonus, like, oh, you get all the ROMs. Like, we'll send it directly to your house or something, or we won't send the ROMs. Like, we'll send you the digital files for everything we dump or something. And I know that's definitely touchy, right? But it's like, you know, if you paid for it, and it's like, I mean, I think that'd be more acceptable.
And I think, you know, and Twitter is a highly public and shareable platform. You know, I think it would personally, I think it would help to build, you know, more private communities of people that all have the same common goal and good intentions of doing the same thing. You know, we all want to see the games released, first and foremost, for preservation. Because, I mean, you know, all the investors, they have their communities too. You know, they have their circles, and they're sharing information when it comes to, you know, buying what they consider investments, basically. But it's like, we need to do the same thing on the preservation front. so that we have like, so that it can be shared widespread, but also kept kind of in private among individuals that all have the same shared common goal. That's just my.
Just be like, hey, here's this group buy project, and this is what it is. Here's a link to donate to it. Don't say what the goal is. Just be like, if you like to donate, if we get it, then we'll charge you. If not, then we'll send you your money back.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good thing, like having like an intermediate middleman. So like if it goes through, then they get charged, they get their money back. But if it doesn't, it gets shipped back to the people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's my opinion. I think there's a lot of good options to do that. But
seriously, it's like coming down. It's coming down here. I don't know if it's coming over my mic, but it just like thundered and lightning. I expect to hear a voice that says, "I'm trapped in the castle dungeon."
Makes sense. All right. Well, I think that's about time. Anyways,
yeah, that's about time.
Left? Do you have anything left that you want to talk about with this?
Well, just bottom line, thank you, shouts and thanks to Frank Cifaldi for all the work that he does with the Game History Foundation and Kelsey Lewin and their efforts to preserve video games and video game history. I appreciate it. Definitely. I don't want people to think that the takeaway here is that that I have any beef with Frank. I think that he's a great guy and he has good intentions. And yeah, hopefully moving forward, the community as a whole can find a better way to kind of do this stuff so that we win, these kind of auctions and stuff, but
exactly. Yeah. And in the worst case, it's just like a friendly disagreement or like a suggestion. Yeah, this went bad, but this is what we can do to make it better.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. But
and I think that's what I'm all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Aside from that, I think we probably ought to thank all of our patrons and wrap this up so that you can get on with your stream. What are you streaming today? Curious.
I'm streaming Soccer Wars Game Boy, the world's premiere with Mr. Cwen or Burntens, however you want to say his name. I think it's Burntens he wants to go by. So Burntens, love that guy, love him, love all everyone that works on all the translations, love him, especially you, Night Dragon, love you, kisses blowing your way. But anyways, let's thank our patrons. Funny enough, Cwen or Burnt Ends, Emerald Nova, 32-bit stuff, Memphis, Super Dimension Century Orgus, and of course A-Team Derek.
Yes.
Thank you all for backing on Patreon. If you'd like to get yourself shouted on the show, definitely back us on Patreon. $10 and up will get you shouted on the show. We still have great tiers below that. $1 to support us, $3 official Patreon will get you all our past streams, all our stuff, like all the all our streams some early content. $10 and up and 20 you get to shout on the show and unmuted, and $20 and up you can actually be on the podcast as a guest.
And don't forget, you get you get merch at cost. You don't pay any merch at cost because you get our family discount.
Exactly.
Which, by the way, speaking of merch, you can also support us by buying a shirt or a hoodie or a bag or a cell phone case or a mug if you drink coffee or tea or a thong. No, I don't know. You could use I guess you could use the face masks as a thong, maybe. I don't know. that's stretching it right there, literally.
That's stretching it funny, yeah.
But no, yeah, no, we got a lot of merch at Sega Saturn SHIRO.threadless.com, so go over there and check it out. There's pretty much something for everybody. And so even if you can't do the Patreon thing, you can buy a shirt and you're supporting us. Supporting the hosting of the podcast and the website and all that jazz.
Buy a shirt.
Yep.
But yeah, and of course, if you want to support us non-financially, definitely follow us on Twitter, Facebook, follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube, ring the bell, ring a ding a ding, whatever. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us we're ugly. At least I am. Just do that for me. But yeah, and just share us out on all platforms and just let us know and let people know about us. It's the best way you could support us.
Right. And then throughout the week, when we're not doing Shiro Show, we're in the Discord channel chatting it up. So, I mean, if you want to stay like really up to date on like what's going on, just get into our Discord and chat with folks, because you'll pretty much be caught up with everything that's going on in the Saturn scene. We pretty much talk about stuff in the general and in the various channels, throughout the week.
Yeah. And all those links are below in the video right here.
Yes.
So, and I guess if it's an audio format, it's on the audio, the podcast page in the description. So go look there.
Right.
But I think that's about it from us. And with that, I will see you in a little bit for the game stream. But for the main video, remember, have a great day. And remember, you must play Sega Saturn.
See ya.
What is up, everybody? What is up? Today we are playing The Greatness. We have a great stream for you today. We have a great game. We are going to play, of course, as soon as I skip this. There we go. Gonna play some Sakura Wars Game Boy. And you might be thinking, hey, Patrick, this game's in Japanese. How are you gonna play it? It's unplayable in Japanese. And it's like, oh no, like I made a mistake. I'm not able to play it now, but guess what? Guess what? Got some good news for you right here. Bam! Got English. English. The game is... This is the fan translation that is led by Burnt Ends. Him and his group of bandits and translators are working on translating Sakura Wars Game Boy on, of course, the Game Boy. I mean, where else you gonna play a Game Boy game, man? But anyways, he's working on that. He's a little bit late, unfortunately. He's in traffic. He's not into a car accident. There's a car accident, and he's stuck in traffic. He's fine. So it's just a really cool translation. Hopefully, everyone's able to hear the audio and stuff. It's beautiful music. But yeah, we will start off before playing the main game. We'll check out some of the cool features of it. So as you can see, all these menus are translated. Got the Cinematron. This is not translated yet, but to be honest, I doubt you're going to be using that. But yeah, we'll basically, I guess the story of this game is, he'll tell better than me when he comes in. You actually play a unnamed self-insert between a couple chapters in the main storyline of the game, and you basically have to come up as a new pilot, or I guess maybe a co-captain or whatever, for the troop. And it's a really interesting game, really interesting story about that. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of really cool stuff that they also translate, which I really like these mini games that are pretty cool. They translate all these and is all playable in English with instructions. So I'll just do an example of, I don't know, my favorite one, which is Bubble Pop Fever. Sadly, there's supposed to be like a... Unfortunately, I'm running this on the Mr. FPGA, and there's a recent bug that was found where the PCM audio that plays samples is not working. So it does not play the audio from any of the people, sadly, which is kind of bad, but you know, what are you gonna do? But yeah, as you can see, all the controls are translated. You can be able to play that and see all the cool controls of that and understand how to move it. But let's play this real quick. Play a little sample of the gameplay. So this one's kind of interesting. You have to fall and pop all the bubbles that that Iris sets up, and do it before the clock runs out. And you got some cool music playing in the background while you're doing that. So like I said, just gotta get the bubbles. I actually almost hit the record once, but sadly I missed it by that much. Let's see if I can actually hit the record. I doubt it though, but if I do it on stream, I'm gonna be excited, and it will show that all my practice is paid off, or maybe that RNG. I'm just blessed with good RNG. So yeah.
Are you throwing that bear around with telepathy?
Yeah, basically, I'm controlling the bear telepathically, getting all these things. Almost. Oh man, I got it 24. I just made the high score. I didn't get just enough, sadly, but I did. Yep, see, right high score. Yeah. Oh yeah, boy. High score. Don't need to play that. But yeah, they're really cool mini games. I really suck at this one's particularly Gear Grind Radio. But yeah, and there's a lot of really cool cool treasure chests, like cool photos of your waifus on the go. So like, say you wanna like look at the Sakura, you know, you wanna look at Samir. It's like, and like you just say like it's middle of the night, you're tired, had a rough day. You can just load up Sakura Wars Game Boy, and there you go, picture of Iris to make your day better. Or like, you know, look at bam, picture of Koran right there in your Game Boy. Don't be sad no more. You got your waifu with you. No more sadness. The way that this game's laid out is more, from what I understand, what I've played of it, it seems more like a kind of like a Pokemon RPG-esque, where it's like you know, like these little things where like you're fighting different things, and like it's like little mini game battles. At least that's the vibe I got it for it. It's not really like the Sakura Wars, where it's like the game. Also, why is my microphone syncing? Don't sync microphone. I'll pull this in to get not do that. There we go. Hopefully it'll stay right here and not do that. My microphone's being very good today. There we go. Stay right there, microphone. Good job. Oh, good thing I put on fast ones. I turned it off of fast mode, so it's not gonna be as fast. But yeah, like I said, also you're signing different documents. Yeah, like I said, the story is that you're joining the assault troop and sort of training under oh man, I forgot the name. The main character's name. What's the name? Okoji. I forgot. Sorry about this. His name's coming up in a second. So then I will be able to say it. But what name should I enter? Should I just do my name? Should I do a certain name? I can do a little bit of that if you guys want. You know, peak maturity. What name should we go with? Oh, Ogami. That's right, Ogami. Sorry, I'm bad with names. But yeah, like I said, what name should I go with? I can't go with Ogami. Just whatever the first name I see in chat, I'll go with. OPP. All right, I'm down with OPP.
Yeah, you know me.
Sorry, OPP1. May just be a month, but remember, I want you to give me 100%. Don't disappoint me. And with that, Ogami, I give it up to you. There we go. Look at him. He's so stern. It's kind of funny seeing Ichiro Ogami, like, from when you played him, like fresh face to like, oh man, I'm a badass now. I'm gonna do answer the whatever that is, excitedly. You should aim to surpass me. I'd be a lot happy if you did. More than happy. Well, then let's get right into it. I'll introduce you to everyone in the Flower Division. Let's see who we got. That one's already here too. Alright, everyone. Let's about OP. I'm not gonna not laugh every time I see that pop up. I'm just gonna greet them. Do a good greeting. Yeah, this is like a trial. It's a 3-month trial till you get health insurance. Yeah, depending on what you choose, depends who you impress. Like, so if you do enthusiastic, you did like compliment everybody. I think Sumir's the only one that's happy, and everyone else is like, eh. Yeah, so probably the best one is just greet everybody, but if you want Sumir, I definitely recommend like complimenting everybody.
Wait
It's
a minute.
not.
Is this supposed to be waifu stuff also?
Wait, what? Kinda.
So what happens when your Sakura War 1 guy is the same girl that you choose in this one? Do they fight to the death?
Actually, yes, that's a canon thing that happens in this game. Not really, no. I don't know. This is like totally non-canon. It just fits into the story. Like, your character doesn't exist in the game in the original game. Also, I suck at this. I feel like Shinji, so let's attack. I'm gonna poke him with a stick. I'm gonna defend. Here we go. I'm just hitting him with a large pole. I think this, like, I think this is Sumir's one. I forget exactly who had the large. I'm gonna back away. Oh, yes, that didn't work. Distance. Let's just attack. There we go. Killed him. Yeah. First try, baby. Yeah, if you lose, you do actually lose points from people. So I tried to, when I played, I did Sakura's Kobu the first time around, and oh my gosh, I like got wrecked and everyone hated me. So this time I'm doing the I forget who's, I think it's Sumir's Kobu. I could be wrong about that. It's the one with the long stick, like with the I guess the scimitar, or not scimitar, the halberd, I think it is.
You're OPP.
Exactly, I'm OPP. You know me. Yeah, also, I think the opponent, I think he's part of it, I think? I don't know, I could be wrong, I don't know the full team, sadly. If anyone's in the chat that's part of the team, let me know and join the Discord and join the voice chat. When it's OPP, you know me, nice to meet you. That's never not gonna be funny. Oh, man.
Now Burton's has to modify it. One of these lines have to say, "Yeah, you know me."
Oh my gosh, I would die laughing. Got the planner. Hey, good news, guys. We're much further in than I was when I played it, so I literally got to the second day, so but we're breezing through the dialogue. I'm gonna try to don't act confident. So yeah, I'm gonna try different options. I did the confident one. And he basically just didn't. He did the same thing, just nothing. I do like our character model though. Yeah, it was never confirmed or denied what OPP stands for, but that's just what people assume that's what it means. Alrighty, let's see. What items do we have? Recovery drink and a nameplate. Let's change your name. I'm not going to do that because I want to be OPP. You know me. And you got the cool options.
Alright, I'm finally here.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hey, I don't know. Small town cops, you know, they blocked the entire road for no reason. Some car accident, supposedly, but, you know,
Fair enough.
I saw there was nothing.
Fair enough. Did you, were you watching the stream at all while you were driving, or are you kind of coming in blind right now?
I'm coming in blind.
Sounds good. Dang, got a lot of saves. I might save the day. I'll save day through 28 in case I want to like look at it later. OPP, you know me. So I want the name OPP, you know me, right? No, guess not.
No, unfortunately.
Don't know OPP? Nah, not a lot of people do. Ontario Province Police, that's it. But yeah, we're right now we're just we just finished the first day. We did the Kobu battle. I picked I got wrecked as Sakura before, but now I played as Sumire with her halberd, and I kind of owned the bot.
Yeah, the Kobu fights unfortunately are very random in this game. I've come in with the same stats and using save states and lose half the time, even with good stats. It's entirely random.
I'm taking off my pants. Don't I have pajamas? Don't I already have those on?
You're trying to get ready for the day.
I know. I just wanted to see what the options were.
Oh.
I'm gonna smell socks. Why do I keep hitting small socks? I don't want to smell socks again. Put on panties. Let's do that.
And yeah, so this game, the cadet can be the most strange person ever. My translator, he calls him, you can be an absolute goblin.
Fair enough. I'm down. Put on your Sunday best. Put on your vest. Need soybean paste. I'm gonna test out the lipstick. There's some really weird ones. Let's fix hair. There's just some weird options. Like, is this a different team that did this, or what? Or what? This like has a different vibe.
This was licensed out to a different place, to a different studio. It wasn't in-house with Sega.
Sorry.
The second Game Boy game was done in-house by Sega supposedly, but this was a different team.
Fair enough. Yeah. I didn't know you could get laid if you don't do all the things like correctly. That's kind of funny.
Basically, you lose some time in the mornings to go out and talk to other people.
Interesting. I didn't know that. So you have to do those in time, or else you'll lose some time in the morning.
Mm-hmm. And just for this one day.
Oh,
otherwise, yeah. Most mornings you get time to go explore and talk to others.
That's weird. For the battle, let's look around the theater. So this one seems more linear than the other one. I don't know, maybe that's just me.
Compared to what?
Like the original Soccer Wars on the. Oh no, never mind. It's not that linear. I thought it because the way that it felt kind of linear at the beginning part of it.
Yeah, this is where you can go around and talk to others. But unfortunately, you only get one person to talk to every time.
I'm asked about Iris. Yeah, so you want to tell me a little bit about, tell us a little bit about the project and why you decided to go with this one over some other games that in the Soccer Wars series?
Yeah, so Soccer Wars GB is probably the most difficult to actually play, even with a guide, because of the fact that the text options are randomized. I have been searching around, trying to find what we thought was a simple job, because Soccer Wars 2 would be such a massive time commitment, and there was no programmer willing or had the time to do it. I was asking around, you're thinking to yourself, okay, a Game Boy game. People know this hardware very well. It'll be easy to go in and actually modify these things, because they've been doing this for years. Eventually, after some searching around, I finally got my hands on a programmer by the name of Dan IJA. He was apparently a very accomplished Game Boy programmer, and he said, hey, I'm willing to do the work. I have text extracted, I have all the scripts extracted, and I just started gathering up a team to work on this. Other than myself, this is an entirely brand new localization team. No one else has worked on a Soccer Wars game, or like my other other translator or the editor, they've never worked on the game either, from what I can tell.
Huh. I'm looking at her eyes and not stare at her boobs. There we go. That was the right option to do. But yeah, no, that's pretty good. How did you meet the team, if you don't mind me asking? Or are these people that you worked with in the past?
So these are all entirely brand new. So the programmer I've already mentioned, our main translator is a guy by the name of Matto. I was browsing YouTube one day, and I saw an hour-and-a-half long documentary about Soccer Wars. And in it, the guy was saying how when he lost his job, he decided to go play this game that he picked up for like $1 in Japan, and play it. And next thing you know, he got hooked on every single one of the titles. He went through everything.
Wow.
He even mentioned that he played Soccer Wars GB, one of the only people in the West to have done so. I reached out to him, he was on Twitter, and I said, hey, would you be willing to help me work on this? Because he knows Japanese a lot better than I do. But yeah, so he's been doing basically the lion's share of translation for this work.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. This game was way more complex than Columns was, because Columns was just a linear story, just text after text after text. This one, they're almost replicating the mainline games in Game Boy form, but the same amount of text.
Interesting.
Yeah. And And
check
so our editor-
upstairs.
And so our editor, the opponent, he might be in the YouTube chat. Last time I saw, he came in about halfway through the project. One of our graphics guys that I had been helping try and organize a GB translation with. He just commented on a video of ours, like a preview the video, just as like a tester. I said, "Hey, how can I help? I've done some Japanese to English editing before," and we just gave him our contact information, and we linked him to this Discord that we use for pretty much every Sakura Wars translation now.
Nice.
Did the text use any compression?
I'm fairly certain there is, because of the fact that this 20,000 different lines. There has to be it. There has to be. I don't think they could have fit it uncompressed in a Game Boy cartridge.
So yeah, they definitely had some interesting things we talked about, like in the previous streams, like the voice acting and the voicing that's inside of the game. So like I wasn't able to hear any because it seems like it's not appearing, but apparently there's actual voice samples that are showing. I explained earlier that the reason for this voice samples not appearing in this one is because of the missing some of the PCM stuff. So maybe you can talk us a little bit about the voice samples and stuff.
Okay, actually, our programmer's in the chat as well, and he's saying the text is not compressed.
Fair enough. Yeah, if he wants to join the Discord, he's more than welcome to hop on. I don't know if he...
let me link them the Discord chat just again, just in case.
Yeah. Is the opponent working on it as well, or is that somebody else? I wasn't sure.
Yes, that's one of our editors.
Yeah, have them all come in here. I definitely would love to chat with them. And if you guys are there, the link is in the video description if you want to hop in as well to the room and chat.
I just guys, I just linked the chat in the Discord if you guys want to join. All right,
the chat deletes the link, but it's on the I would just send it to them directly to invite them, but it's in the description of the video.
Okay, here we go. Here's the opponent, our editor, and Dan JIA. Sorry, not IJA. He's our programmer.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Yeah.
Yes, I just heard
Can you
people
guys hear me?
talking about me. They told me to
Yes,
come
we can
here.
hear you.
Have.
Yeah.
You guys are a bit soft though.
Yeah, I'm gonna raise them up a little bit in the thing. But yeah, why don't you tell me a little about your guys' selves and who your favorite waifu is in Sakura Wars, at least in this game.
Hey, one more. I'm trying to catch up on the video. That's all right, right? You can hear me.
Yeah, I'm also streaming it in my video on the Discord. So if you want to look at it, that's like up-to-date video in the live stream room.
Oh, I see it. Right. Let me expand that.
Let's do some spirit power training with Iris. So is there any focus or anything that we should be doing, like in terms of getting the goals, or is it recommended just to do a bunch of different things?
So the way you want to play this game is you have to basically stalk the one girl that you want to focus on the most, because there are a bunch of exclusive endings and exclusive events that happen only if you have a certain amount of affection with the character. For example, Sumire, you have to do a whole quest line. She'll teach you how to eat properly using proper manners and all that stuff. Eventually, she takes you on to a business lunch where you have to talk to one of her clients, and you have to basically choose all the right selections in order to eat properly.
Yeah, no, it's kind of interesting. I think I'm gonna stalk Irish for this one, just because I already did a bunch of what.
Yeah, of course. There's room for having multiple girls, maybe 2 or 3, because there will be a point where the girl that you want to talk to will say hi, bye, because they don't have anything else to say for that week or something like that.
That makes sense.
Just gotta spread it out a little bit, but not too much.
Spread the love, I guess.
Pat, you get to be a player.
Oh dang! Well, that's why I'm OPP. You know me.
I thought I was up. If you like, take this time to introduce myself, if you would.
Yeah, go for it,
go
dude.
Hi, I'm Gong Xian. I've already been introduced by the opponent, and the individuals working on Sakura Wars GB Translation Project graciously allowed me to join after one of my followers linked me to the August 28th video, and I left a video saying that if they needed any assistance, I would like to be in. And then a couple of days later, I was suddenly in, so I started as soon as I could, working on this script, proofreading, testing, reporting bugs, all that. I've been working it virtually every day since, and I'm really happy with the progress everyone's been making.
Oh, fair enough. So what do you do on the project, if you don't mind me asking? I don't know if I missed it. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm just reviewing the script, proofreading, looking for inconsistencies, that kind of thing.
Sounds good. Yeah. Who would you say your favorite waifu and Sakura? Oran? Koran? That makes sense.
I mean, I didn't really, it's just, when I came into their Discord for editing, I noticed immediately that you seem to have that in common. Plenty of emotes for going around.
Oh yeah, that one guy is a really big Koran fan.
Yeah, it's like the majority of the team is all Koran fans.
Hey, that makes sense. I gotta stay solid with Iris though, sadly enough. That's my... I'll have to pick for the best. But anyways, but yeah, no, it's really cool. What about you, Don G, right? Is that how you say your name? Don G?
Yeah, I mean, Dan J is probably the easiest way to say it.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, I just enjoy doing a bit of Game Boy ROM hacking, and I was looking through ROM hacking forums, seeing what people are looking to translate. Turns out, this guy really wanted Sakura Wars GB translate. I think he created like 3 threads. So I thought, okay, these guys really want it. Let's see, it might be a quick job. Turns out it's got a massive amount of text, 20k, one of the most, and there are tons of things you can do with this game, tons of game states, tons of cut content. So it's been pretty fun, but the team has done really well. They've worked really fast. I think it's only been like 2.5 months, but we're basically almost done, I think.
Yeah, this is our 2-month build.
Oh geez, and this is 75%. Oh my gosh, that's pretty crazy, guys.
Yeah, so this started in, I want to say, late July, but we didn't really start seriously considering it until like early August or so. And yeah, this is just doing our 2 months of work, just whenever we can.
Huh, nice. Yeah, but so far it's good. Like, there's only like a couple Japanese like text that I've seen, only for like confirm menus and stuff like that. Most of not all of it's in perfect and great English, so I can understand everything.
Yeah, from what I can see on the board, which has like tickets of all the things that are outstanding, there's very little left. There's like 6 or 7 art pieces left, and that's it. Redoing a bit of the minigame art, and yeah, we'll be done. I don't know what timeline it is. I can't really say, but we're very close.
Nice, yeah. So what would you guys say your favorite part of this game is, if you don't mind me asking? Like, is there any part of the project or something that you liked working on the most, or just playing with?
For me, it's the mini games, definitely. The art is so detailed, and in terms of like the engineering effort, it's one of the more difficult bits to translate. That's been the most fun for me.
For sure, yeah, I really enjoyed the mini games. I was playing the Iris one before this started, and it was a ton of fun. Like, I actually remember I actually messed up one of the recordings. I had to restart because I asked for context. Burnt Ends asked me to oops. Oh, just playing. He asked me to record some video for him. So I was playing that Iris game, and I almost hit 25, and I was reviewing the footage, and you can hear me like yell "oh F" in the background. It like picked up my mic. I thought it was off, but it somehow was captured. So I had to edit all the footage together and send it to him. It was pretty funny, actually. But yeah, I'm noticing so far that a lot of the battles are few and far between, unless maybe I'm not getting to them fast enough.
We get a battle every Saturday, Saturday afternoons.
Yeah, this game seems like it's definitely moving pretty fast. Like, I'm already on day, like, what is it? day 5, so that'll move fast. I think I should be sleeping more though. I'm not getting that sleep in.
Yeah, what it is that you have to sacrifice one of your training sessions in order to gain back stamina. Otherwise, you get a game over.
Oof. Wait, like
Gongjian, or the opponent, why don't you talk about what your favorite part of this project was so far?
Well, my favorite part of the project is, well, it's not so much one part, it's just the involvement in being in something that I'm really passionate about. It's been mentioned before that I have experience doing localizations with English and Japanese and Chinese, but this is the first project I felt in a long time where I'm like dedicating so much of my spare time because I really, really enjoy working on it. It's also Sakura Taisen is something I've been a fan of since 2010 when I got the chance to import the Sakura Wars Complete box for Dreamcast, which had the first 4 games all in one box.
Oh.
And around the same, or later that year, we got So Long My Love on PS2, first official English game.
Absolutely,
And
the game's awesome.
Yeah, I've been more or less on or off in that until 2018 when I started picking up interest in that again. And then December 2019, pretty sure it's been mentioned already, the fan translation of the first game on Saturn came out, and that got me interested all over again. And then, well, I'm just repeating, I'm sure you already know, with the English game that came out 2020. And then really just by chance, because I streamed those games as I could, and there's been several people who've been really loyal, letting me know about anything Sakura Wars related, going out of their way to tell me about, which I really appreciate, because that's how I learned about this project. And then I just decided to put in a little thing where I can, oh, what's happening here? I didn't see this event.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all like these full screen images are based from events from the Saturn game, which are familiar to people with that. Which I think are really cool how they're able to scale that down and make it completely recognizable. There's also a couple I haven't seen, which means that I haven't been playing the Saturn game enough.
Yeah, no, the Saturn game, I was really happy when that dropped, because like up to that point we only had like So Long My Love in English. The rest of it we had was like, you know, like games here and there, or like little like little tiny things, and just using like guides, which while they were useful and they're cool, it definitely was kind of a chore to use and make progress in the game at a pretty fast pace.
Yeah, the old Kayama guides, they're very incomplete and also very of their time when it comes to like all the notes and just how inconsistent some of the terminology is. But you know, it's the early 2000s, so I can't blame them too much.
Speaking of the terms, like one of my favorite things of the Saturn fan translation is, pardon me, get a drink here.
That's cool.
One of my favorite localization bits with this is how Iris always calls Ogami's Oni-chan, you know, it's typical older brother term. They localize it as mon frère, it's a French term, which I think was really clever, and that's when I knew that the people doing the translation for these know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. It reminds me of like it gives me the vibe of like the anime dubs back in the day, if you ever watched any of those.
Yeah, I think it was like a long time ago when I watched some of the OVAs, but I don't have many memories watching them, so I think those just came and went. Because it's kind of strange in hindsight that they would license the anime for an audience that doesn't have any context for them. I think
it's pretty bizarre.
To eventually, like, build up interest so the games would be released, because they did Sega wanted these games to come out in English from day one, and it just never happened for 14 years or so.
Yeah.
There's always a theory that the original Sakura Wars were going to come out by Victor Island of Working Designs, but they had a falling out, so that game just never materialized.
Yeah, it's pretty much a big sadness. I think also that Sega was also gonna work on that, or at least release a version of that, but I think it fell through right before the Dreamcast died. Like, I think it was in the cards around that Dreamcast era, but they're like, nah, let's not do that.
And then 2003 they made a remake of the first game called In Hot Blood, which is at least that's the subtitle they gave on Wikipedia. And I think that version is just far superior over the Saturn one in every single way. It's to the point where I actually want to recommend people play that instead, just because it's so much better and it solves a lot of the shortcomings that the original release had. But I also don't want to downplay the efforts of the fan translators, because that's a big accomplishment too. So I'm actually really not sure what to recommend how people get started if they want to play the first game.
Yeah, how playable? Wait, did you say there's a translation on the PSP?
No, unfortunately not. I really wish there was a translation of the PS2 game, but we do have the Saturn one, and that's more than enough.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy. I'm happy we're able to get that. Also, I guess a question: how much should you nap? And like, what should the recommended stamina bar? Is it just when it's getting too low, or
nap gives you about half of your stamina back? It's for like one of your. You save it for like a time that you don't want to train with a certain person. Like, for example, I ignored Cole Run almost entirely, so I just napped every week that I had her training.
That makes sense. I'll go focus on that then. I'll do that. But yeah, I just think it's the PSP. Like even the PSP one. I remember there's rumors that was apparently going to be a thing, but it just never materialized. Like a translation for that. Sort of in the vein of like the Lunar PSP version. It's just a big sadness. Like every time Sakura Wars like this close to being translated, just like taken away from us. Like, nah, let's not do that. And unfortunately, with it being so dormant in the last 10 years until until the recent one that came out in 2020, it's like, we didn't really have that option. So maybe they might have, but like they just didn't release any. See, that's a mega sadness.
Maybe try downstairs, Pat.
Oh, I forgot you can actually go down to different areas. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
so it was pointed out to me that you can press start and select to go up and down the floors too if you find clicking on the stairs a little too difficult.
Oh, I didn't even know that was an option. For some reason, I'm gonna go by this window.
Yeah, so one of the favorite things that I've been liking doing is just going back and looking at the game, 20 years later, and trying to figure out how can we improve on this game to make it more less vague about a lot of less cryptic, such as the going upstairs and downstairs. I know for a fact that a lot of people would not realize that you could actually go up and down. So we're actually thinking of modifying the actual map to have like arrows pointing at the stairs, showing that you can actually go there.
That'd be kind of useful.
I suggested trying to improve the UX, because if it's a problem I had, I don't want anyone else to have it.
Right. Yeah. We were also discussing with Dan how like the actual box to click on the upstairs is really small compared to the downstairs. So everybody just accidentally clicks on downstairs. We're gonna see if we can modify that. Introduce some of the cut voice acting that's still in the game that just got cut for no reason.
Yeah, those
Interesting.
ending ones are going to be nice to add.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagining a whole section that's voiced.
Yeah, they've actually discovered a lot of unused or unfinished content, and I took it upon myself to document that stuff as we find it.
Oh, whoops! I forgot to go to a room for a tea party.
I'm glad that you are.
Reload your save.
I can't save scum. I saved right before I went to bed.
Just load that one. Oh, wait, you're right.
I saved.
The right way to play these games is to live with the consequences of your actions, and that's what I believe. Oh, by the way, you lost stamina for getting zapped by Iris, so you really need to watch it with her.
Oh, right.
It's cool. I'm gonna go take a nap for this one. Oh dang, yeah, I'm taking a nap. Screw that training. It's cool. This is all a demo. This is a demo play, so I don't really care if I like win or lose or whatever. It's just showing off the script. But it's kind of funny that it showed that off at least. So it's kind of funny because like in the 2020 version, there like no excuse for you to miss stuff. But this one, it's like you never know. You can actually do something like that and skip over. But like in the 2020 version, it lets you do all the dates all at once, so you'll never miss them.
The latest game took away the time limits, which makes it easier to explore everything, but it takes away the sense of urgency to plan everything.
I think it's a
Whether that's an
trade-off.
improvement or not is left up to the player, I think.
Yeah. Did you guys beat it or play it at all?
I did. I streamed it day 1 too.
Nice. What ending did you go for?
I got Claris's ending.
Nice. Yeah, I like Clarice a lot. I think if I ever play it, I think I'll pick her. But the thing is, like, can't you just like? I think the ending's a lot easier to get. Like, don't you only need to like just pick them as the, I guess spoilers, the commander at the end, or whatever.
Well, yeah, I think that's something that they carried over from a few of the previous games, where it makes it easier to get an ending you want. But since I tend to play, like, you know, properly, trying to make what I think are the right choices, I end up going for one route anyways, without really putting up too much resistance. Since I haven't really tried to do like a low % run where I make all the worst decisions possible just to see what happens. I'd like to at some point though.
Yeah, I prefer Shamir's Kobu for this one because it's like a lot easier to get damage. But maybe I might be wrong. We'll see if I get my ass kicked. But yeah, no, what you think of like the battles, the gameplay of that? Because I honestly was not the biggest fan of it. Like the battles themselves, like compared to the actual game.
Well, as far as the action gameplay goes, I was actually looking forward to seeing that because I always felt that the turn-based strategy was always kind of shallow. But I realized that's intentional because they can't make it too complicated for the kind of game it is. I just wish there was more variety to it.
Fair enough.
We'll see what they do whenever they come around with the sequel. And speaking of that sequel, they also made Sakura Wars the animation a little bit after, which I think is probably going to be required viewing if they actually make a sequel to the game because it introduces new characters and also resolves some plot points that the game itself didn't solve.
Yeah, no, I actually started watching that one. I started watching it, but then I realized, oh no, it's like, because I started watching it before. Oh god, I'm gonna die. I am dead as hell. Alright, defend. I'm dead. There we go. Big rip.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have to save scum for these battles because sometimes you'll just miss randomly and you can't do anything about it. So unfortunately, the only way to win is if you hit every one of your attacks.
Well, good news, guys. Looks like we're safe scumming this.
Yeah, well,
Thank you,
there's no
mister.
real penalty for losing. If you win, you get a bonus for whoever's Kobu you want in.
Fair enough. I hope that it saved it. That would suck if it didn't. Oh, no, it didn't.
Did you forget to write your backup RAM?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Uh-oh. RAM. I always turn on autosave because I haven't missed her too.
Oof.
Oh,
That's a big oof. I'm gonna turn that on. Oops, that's a big oof.
And don't forget to press the OSD button on Mister if you have that turned on, or it won't write it.
Oh
So
yeah.
I've been doing my testing on Mister, and I discovered that the core doesn't actually play voice samples.
Oh, well, you're the one that put that bug in on the Yeah, I saw that. I was like, how funny is that? What are the chances? I look up on the GitHub and it has that. But actually, this is a good chance to show off the mini games. So let's do that.
Yeah, let's do the mini games for the rest of the session since we only have 15 more minutes or so.
Can we explain how we came up with the names of these mini games?
Yeah,
Alright,
let's do it.
So we were just going through all the mini games, just trying to figure out what they all events are, such as Sumire throwing, I don't know, shingles or bricks at you, and you're supposed to hit them, bat them away. We found out that practically all of them could have been made just to all the titles could just be references to other Sega titles, such as World Series Samurai here. Sega used to do in the Sega Sports logo, Sega Sports line, the World Series Baseball.
Oof.
Yeah, other ones is like Maria's is you're going to a shooting range. So we said, oh, wait a second, you know, Sega's shooting games, we called it the House of the Wakiji, because that's the name of the enemies that you're shooting at.
Yeah, so the way this game works is that it's more risk than reward. So if you do it later, like you get more points for that. Is that how that works for this mini game?
I haven't actually gotten into the nitty-gritty of this one. This one, obviously, Kogu Rally Championship is Sega Rally Championship.
Yeah.
Right. You were about to say something?
I was just saying that for Sakura's minigame, the more of those you get in a row, the harder it is to react to them. And the more you get without missing, the more points you get. So
I
it's a
gotcha.
reaction test.
I gotcha. So you don't need to hit it like at a specific point. You can hit it as soon as you see it.
Well, you still need to time it, but the better you do, the more difficult it gets. And then if you start missing, then it gets easier.
Okay, I wasn't sure like how the point system worked. If it was like if you do it sooner, they get more points, or if you do it later, you're like a cool guy, or like a fast reactionary, or like can do it at the split second sort of thing.
Yeah, and this game is similar to Super Sprint. The controls are unusual, but you're doing it well now.
It kind of reminds me of the Kirby's Air Ride, almost, that one game. Yeah, suck it, Sumir.
I've never seen her make that face before.
Oh man, I'm so
But
close.
it's a joke, bitch.
I'm gonna try hard real quick and see if I can get how I do on that one. See if I get my butt whooped. Start. I'll try hard.
The hard difficulty has to be unlocked. That's what the points are for.
Oh, this is reversed, it looks like. Or mirrored.
I think it's a new track.
Oh, it's a new track. Oh, that's cool. I only
Yeah,
got good with the
so-
other tracks, so I'm gonna probably lose this one.
So basically, hard mode is unlocked when you beat the game. You have to grind up for points in order to be able to buy them at the shop, the hard mode versions of each minigame. And unfortunately, you have to unlock the minigames by playing the actual games, and you have to go down the routes of each girls, and eventually you'll find them in just an event. Very hard to find all of them. Very hard to find all of them, and almost impossible to unlock all in one playthrough.
Well, I mean, the game feels like it plays pretty fast, so I can see you being able to replay it multiple times, at least in a day or so.
Yeah, it does encourage multiple playthroughs, and you start seeing these mini games late in the game anyway. You should be able to get maybe 2 or 3 if you're diligent enough, but it shouldn't take maybe 3 or 4 playthroughs to get all of them.
Fair enough. This one, House of the Wikiji, reminds me of Snatcher a lot. Like, I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
played
that's the
Snatcher,
same
but
thing.
the game, yeah.
Or even Sunset Riders.
Yeah.
I've only played Police Nuts.
Maria starts
Just-
cheating on the last 2 targets.
Yeah, she's like using her aim bots. I almost get perfect, but it's always the last 2 that I get owned on.
Mhm.
Oh, I almost forgot to reload. Oh my god, aimbot, turn off aimbot, please. Yeah, the last 2 she aimbots it, so like it's gonna be hard to hit those, but yeah, but it looks like the only hard mode that is unlocked is on Sumir's right now, right?
Mhm.
But there's hard modes for
you have
everybody.
I'm sorry?
There's hard mode for everybody.
Yes, there is.
Fair enough. Oh, she's kicking my ass now. Oof, yeah, she might win this one. Stop cheating, Sumir.
This is Maria.
Oh, oops, Maria. I meant Maria. My bad. Yeah, she beat me.
Should I guess who your favorite character is?
Who? Sumir? No, it actually isn't. I think it's just because I kept saying Sumir over and over again for the last couple times.
Well, she does have one of the best Kobu for the purpose of the tests.
Yeah, she does actually. That's
Because
why.
she has good attack strength and range, which is rare.
I went with Maria from my playthrough, and she favors long range. I'm constantly backing up because the enemy is always rushing towards me, and I can't do anything about that. Like, I'll take a step back and it'll just attack me. It'll basically get a free shot in.
Oop, yeah, she beat me. Oh well.
I think one of the biggest challenges of this game would be to pass the final exam using Iris's Kobu.
Dang. Well, I got a lot of points for that one though.
Yeah, this is pretty much these minigames are the best way to grind for points.
Yeah, they're pretty fun
and, you know,
too.
Yeah, and so at the end of the game, after you beat it once, you unlock the Taisho Romando shop. That's where you get all the different extras, such as the voice test or different little or like a art gallery.
Yeah, I was kind of annoyed with the voice samples not working because I was like super excited to try them on this, but it's like, oh no, that doesn't work. And unfortunately, I don't have like an EverDrive or anything to test it on like because I have a GameCube with the HDMI adapter, but I don't have like I don't have a EverDrive to put this on or a similar device, sadly.
Yeah, I have my Game Boy Color and no EverDrive for that. I wanted to play this on real hardware.
Oh my god, can I get it? Oh, just barely. I beat the high score. Got 25.
Just notice a typo we gotta fix. The times up needs to have a apostrophe.
Oh, nice. See, we're doing debugging live, guys.
I'm doing debugging right now. I'm looking at the script while we're doing this.
Yeah, this one
Nice.
needs to be and the title needs to be changed. You know, it's supposed to be Gear Grind Radio rather than Grind Gear.
Yeah, this one I think is probably the hardest one. Yeah, I think somebody mentioned no Game Boy player. I do have a Game Boy player, but I do not have an EverDrive to play it on, as this would require me to burn it or put it on like a EverDrive or some other device to play it, sadly. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get one to be more accurate. But the thing is that analog pocket's coming out, and it's like, I don't know, I'm just gonna use that and then HDMI out, and it should be good. But you never know, right? And you guys getting that analog pocket at all, or?
I'm satisfied with my Mister. Someone in the comments says Neo Geo Pocket Color Sakura Wars, and I'm wondering why did they choose the Game Boy Color over the Neo Geo Pocket Color, which had better connectivity with the Dreamcast?
I don't know, honestly.
I think we discussed it a little. Maybe it was just larger install base.
I think so. Because this is 2000. This came out in 2000. How well was the Neo Geo Pocket doing by this point?
Dead.
That might be why then.
Yeah, like by the 2000s, the Neo Geo Pocket Color was kind of dead, guys. So it's a bit of a sadness, but it is what it is, I guess. Oops, big one down there, right there, right there. Nope, switch those two out, right there,
I've never
right
been
there.
able to get a perfect score on this ever.
What are you supposed to do? Oh, is it big one? Oh, there we go. Yeah, this one's hard. I hate this one. That, like that.
There's a bit of weird connectivity that we found in this when we were debugging. There's a cut, basically almost like a lost Game Boy peripheral that you were supposed to attach to the Game Boy Color. It's an IR scanner. Essentially, what you would do is you have to beat the Dreamcast version of Sakura Wars 1. It give you a barcode to put on your television that you then attach to the side of your Game Boy Color, and it would scan this barcode that will unlock different goodies.
Oh, this is what it was.
Yeah. We
Oh,
have
that's
no
a
clue.
Pokemon thing.
Yeah, that was the Pocket Sakura, but this is totally different. You're supposed to put this up to your TV, scan a barcode. We have found no evidence that this thing ever actually came out, but it will actually appear on some versions of some games, depending on what hardware you're using. It makes no sense. This is the IR port, even though it connects to the link cables. Even though it's supposed to connect to the plug into the link cable slot, and we found no evidence that this thing was ever made.
Do you know if there's any?
no-
Did you look through the code and see if there's any reference to it to unlock anything?
It does. We found, well, there's text at least, and basically all the characters say, "Thank you for playing Sakura Wars 1. You have unlocked the Dream Garden, which was an extra thing that you beat only if you beat the Dreamcast version."
Is there a way to unlock? And there's no way to unlock it in this game, or is it like you get the Dream Guard in the Dreamcast version of it?
Dan, are you still there? Perhaps you can answer this one.
Yeah, this TV adapter option isn't even supposed to appear. Some emulators won't even show it, and cartridges will show up sometimes, but the Mister will show it every time. We don't really understand it yet.
Really? So this screen's not even supposed to appear then, right?
Yeah.
No, just the TV adapter option isn't supposed to be there. It's not in the manual, as far as we know. We don't even think like it was ever advertised or even announced. So what's it doing here?
Yeah, I've asked like Soccer Wars super fans. They have no idea what this is. This is one of the great gaming mysteries that we discovered.
Yeah, it makes me wonder. The thing with the Mister is that I think it has everything attached at the same time for compatibility reasons. So I think maybe every single compatible device is like flipped, like the switch is like it's on. So I think maybe it triggers it in that regards.
I mean, speaking of the Cinematron screen, is that when I played this like just to try it out, and I was just looking at random stuff on my Mister, and I really like the music here, the nighttime music. The Game Boy Color adaptations of Sakura Wars themes is actually one of my favorite things about this game. So I just stayed on the screen for a few minutes just listening to it in my stream.
It's really good. I love how it's in multiple games. Like I guess like it's in Sakura Wars 2020, but it's kind of like it, but kind of not, or maybe it is the same one.
They have DLC music tracks, then they brought that in.
Okay, yeah. Because I remember playing the game and like the night theme did sound similar to the one from the first game. So yeah, we can continue on like one of these save files just a little bit, I think. We got a minute left. Oh damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we just do the 31st because that's like the end of the game. You get to, I believe this one has like the Koran ending.
Oh yeah, let me go do that real quick. So there we go. Yeah, it saved it so we can actually load it now. There we go.
That's a mistake Mr. Owners only make once.
Exactly. Well, now I know when I have it saved. Oh, I probably should do this though. Let's save those settings so it doesn't like undo.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's
The autosave is turned off by default to minimize SD card writes, but I just leave it on anyway.
Yeah, it's all good. We'll do 31st. Let's see this ending. The 31st. I'm assuming this is all going to be translated once the game's already come out, right?
I believe we already have, and just because, of course, this is a week-old build.
That makes sense. This is pretty cool. So what happened to Ogami's hair there? Did you see that? His hair glitched out a bit.
Might be related to the text. Because this file is using a Japanese name and it shouldn't be possible to use them here.
That might be why.
I guess.
Yeah, it's the Japanese name because I assume that the name's going to be a certain length, but the Japanese ones are much wider.
Mm-hmm.
So, whose ending does this have on the file?
Korans, I believe.
Korans? Gotcha. Korans, yeah. But yeah, I would love to try this on real hardware. I probably should get like an EverDrive, but like with the analog pocket, I'm just gonna get that for my travels. So it's like once I get that, it's like I don't really think I need one. Sadly, at least.
Do the Game Boy Advance EverDrives, can they play Game Boy Color games?
You know, let me try that.
I'd rather just buy one of those and then be done with it rather than buy multiple.
Oh no, the Analog Pocket does Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Neo Geo Pocket Color, and I think Wonder Swan. So yeah, you can just get one and get like all those consoles.
Yeah, so this endings are, yeah, at this point in the ending, there's actually voiced lines for all of this, but they dummied most of them out except the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, so hopefully when Sword League fixes the... Whenever... is it Sword League that does this chord? I can't remember. I forgot who does the Mr. Game Boy core. Yeah, there should be audio playing, but the Mr. core does not support it. I don't know, like, what's all the audio... Like, I remember when the Mr. core first came out, the the digital out audio was like scrambling. It like was super like blown up.
Yeah, I remember something like that. I think it just happens on the initial versions of new cores, because the Neo Geo core had that problem too with some of the games, but that got sorted out before too long. Incidentally, I also played some of the Game Gear games, and it has the same problem with a few games that voice samples don't play. Because I was playing the Mado Monogatari games, the fan translations, which they renamed Sorcery Saga, and the second and third games don't have any voice samples playing in Mr. So I had to report that too.
Oh, weird.
Strange thing with PCM and handheld cores.
Yeah, I honestly I think it's just an audio thing. I think the person developing it's not the best with the audio stuff, so maybe it just gets overlooked. Like, because I'm thinking maybe he just doesn't play a lot with the audio or does a lot of audio things. And with Game Boy, I mean, the only real audio sample that uses the PCM for the US games is really Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah, that's the first example. There's a few other original Game Boy games that did that too. Like,
yeah.
say, I think Pokemon Pinball had that, didn't it? A few licensed games, I think, had some of that too.
Yeah, I think some of the Pokemon sounds do. I could be wrong though. It's been a little while, but I love Pokemon. Pokemon Pinball is like my favorite Pokemon game almost. Game's legit. Play Pokemon Pinball, everybody. But yeah, it's really cool that this game is super playable now. I have to thank you guys. This game is pretty fun. I really enjoyed it, even though it's relatively short. But that's not really a bad thing. I kind of like that of it, so I can keep playing it. You know?
I think it should be said though is that this game is really made for people who are fans of Sakura Wars already, because they just assume that you know who everyone is and most of the story beats of the first game. So unless you have that knowledge, you're probably not going to be able to understand what these characters are about unless you play it, which you can because of the fan translation. But the point is that all the materials are out there already for you to enjoy everything in here now.
Yeah, it definitely is really good that you guys made this playable though.
We have to do something for the 25th anniversary,
That's
just in
this
case
Monday.
Sega doesn't want to do anything.
Fair enough.
September 27th, 25th anniversary of it. Trying not to like put myself in there too much because I've only been working on this game for 24 days. Yet I feel so proud of the work we've done already.
Yeah, don't shortchange yourself. You've been doing more for Sakura Wars than 99% of the fan base.
It's really just a dream come true for me. Kind of a meta thing here where I had to come into this team that's already established and prove myself, you know, over the course of a month. You think I have?
Yeah, definitely. That's how I did it. I had to prove myself when I was doing, when I started off with columns. Sakura Wars columns too.
Yeah, I just felt regret. I wanted to be involved in that. I wanted to work on something involving this franchise that I like so.
You'll forever have your name engraved into the annals of Sakura Wars, like us.
Yeah, especially in this video.
Exactly.
I really didn't
Which is
expect you
cool.
would take the name op and then there it was in all caps.
Well, I thought you meant OPP, like, you know, the song OPP, You Know Me by... That's what I thought you were referencing, so I was like,
Yes.
okay.
It's op for opponent.
That makes sense.
I have to confess though, I've been playing this, use my own name, and the further I do this, oh, you're the Hanayashiki engineer. Further in I do this with these characters referring to me by name, it's starting to feel more personal.
Yeah.
So the game accomplished that too.
It's really surprising just how it does that. And so for context, that results screen, basically it gives you a rank depending on how well you did in terms of training. So for example, because you maxed out intelligence, you get the rank, you get basically assigned as engineer within the within the research and development lab of the Imperial Assault Troop. And the way you can get captain is if you grind a lot with the Pocket Sakura and you max out all your stats. That's how you get captain of the Flower Division.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And but it's only like just a title at the end. It's not like anything that's gonna affect the game at all or any future playthroughs.
And so it's assumed that you just assume that like this cadet, he just got assigned to his own review, or his own division or something like that in a different city.
Yeah, for sure. And and it's interesting. I definitely think it's a really great game, and at least it's fun from what I played. And I think the playability of it, especially being so fast, you'd play through it like in an afternoon and play through each storyline. So it definitely is a lot of replayability.
Yeah, you can beat this game in maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, so it's really cool, and I really appreciate you guys translating this. And it's really cool that we have, what is it, a third translated Sakura Wars game, like a fan translated one. I think officially now we can, once this drops, we're gonna have the original one, the Game Boy Color one. We're gonna have Sakura Wars Columns, So Long My Love, and of course Sakura Wars 2024 or 2020. Sorry, unless they make it 2024, which I'd be down for.
I hope it's 2022 that they release a new game.
I'm down. I think it did pretty well for the most part, though, right?
I think for the Japanese market, because that's the only place that we know any sort of sales figures, it did well considering the fact that console gaming is on the way out in Japan. And this was technically like a stagnant IP for the longest time. So at least we only have launch week sales, but they seem pretty good. 140,000 units first week.
That's pretty decent. But yeah, like I said, I'm surprised they didn't bring it to PC though. This would be like a shoo-in, especially with a lot of the older titles on PC.
I think this would be this would actually be perfect for the Switch because of the pick up and play nature, the episodic nature of this game.
For real. That's not gonna get old.
We haven't even looked at all into GB2 yet, have we?
No, but from what I can tell, from what Matt, our translator, says, I don't think it doesn't look like it'll be too much work because it's mostly battles and there's not really any sort of like, it's not like the mainline series. It's just almost like a linear. It's almost pretty linear.
No, for sure. So would you guys say that you probably gonna once this is out, you're probably gonna look towards doing the Sakura Wars GB2?
I'd be down for it. However, I'm still trying to find people to get Sakura Wars 2 organized.
And I want to get involved in that because I streamed Sakura Taisen 2 last month. I think so far it's my favorite Sakura Taisen game overall. It's like the perfect sequel game. Improved everything over the first one. All the new stuff works, but my favorite part of that game is the voice acting. They went all the way with it. Even the side characters are very, very well realized.
Is there like a lot more voice acting than the original?
And a lot more characters, and they all fit too.
Oh.
Makes sense. So, but the question is, what version would you go for? The Dreamcast or Saturn version? If you had a choice, of course.
Well, personally, I would do the Dreamcast one just because it looks nicer. Because I used a tool called Visual Novel OCR, which takes screenshots of the screen, tries to read the text from it, passes it to a machine translator. That's how I played that game.
Yeah. There's a funny.
It was impossible to do that with the Saturn text. It's just way too blocky on Saturn.
I've done it before, using it on RetroArch. It actually can pick up the Saturn version just fine.
I played mine on hardware.
Yeah. But yes, that's funny. He mentions like the different characters. I remember seeing on a stream the Koran specific ending. You get to meet the man who raised Koran and how she got this weird Kansai accent. It's a British guy, but his accent is mixed up with the backwater Kansai accent, and I think it like destroyed your OCR. And it could not translate it.
Oh, yeah, watch that. Yeah, it's because he just talks in weird mixes of script, and he also puts in English words in there too, and that threw me up for a loop too.
All right. Ooh, wow. That's 4:42. We got to wrap this up, guys. Sadly, so I do want to thank you guys for coming on. Would you guys like to plug your stuff before we head out, and just let everyone know where you could find you on either Twitter or Facebook, whatever you guys use for a platform?
Who would like to go first then?
I guess I'll go first. You guys know me. I am at BurntEnds2 on Twitter. I'm constantly doing Sakura Wars stuff. And I'm also working on Bulk Slash.
Okay, so this has been The Opponent. I'm on Twitter at _opponent. I'm on Twitch at The Opponent with no underscore. I also have a side project I call the Old Timey Computer Show, which is on Twitch. It's a 24/7 channel that plays old video of computer and video game material. A lot of people are really into that. I've been running it since May 2019. And it also plays Sakura Taisen stuff once every 50 days or so.
Nice.
Including musicals, if you can catch those.
Could you post the info in the general the general channel, and I'll link it in the video.
Okay. One moment.
All right, what about you, John Gia?
Yeah, I don't have much of an online presence, but you can find me on Twitter with my name here, or just without the space.
Okay, that's all those things posted.
Sounds good. I'll make sure to put that in everything in the video, and yeah, like I said, I'll add you guys. I'll put all their videos, their info in the description of the video when it goes up. I'm gonna try to be better with putting up the replays. I'm pretty been bad with that. I've been really busy, but I think I'm gonna put this one up first. I'm gonna go back, do the backlog, and do Rainbow Cotton, do the latest bulk slash, and then I'll do some of the police knots and Sakura War stuff I've been working on. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. You can check us out on YouTube or our website, SegaSaturn.com. If you want to back us on Patreon, we'd really appreciate that. Get you some perks like shouts out, like I'll shout them out right now: Cwin, Emerald Nova, 32-Bit Stuff, Memphis, Super Dimension, Sensory Orgus, and A-Team are all $10 on backers. If you guys want to get shouted out, back us on Patreon, patreon.com/SHIRO Media Group, and you'll get shouted on the show. We got some great stuff if you don't want to. Back us up at that level as well. Like your name is also be in the credits of each video as well for the SHIRO show. So, but yeah, yep. Thank you everybody for really watching and playing with us, and we're looking forward to this patch. Thank you very much, guys, for bringing this on and letting us play this. And I'm super excited for this to drop.
Yeah, thank you for having us, sir.
No worries, and you guys are always invited back on anytime you guys want, and maybe we might even do another playthrough once this drops in celebration.
Yeah, maybe we can do something for the 25th anniversary. That's in 3 days.
Yeah, I'd be down to playing some Sakura Wars. Maybe see if I can do like a full playthrough of the game, like maybe at night, and they do a couple hours stream. Let's see how far we can get.
Actually, Pat, you still owe me a playthrough of Columns 2.
Oh crap!
Only Dave did that.
Maybe I'll do that. Then we'll do a Sakura Wars marathon, like a small we'll do like Columns. We'll do the Game Boy again. We'll do some of the Saturn one. I sadly do not have So Long My Love anymore. I need to pick up a copy. If anybody wants to, anybody has a copy for sale or is getting rid of one, let me know and I'll pick one up. Do some playthrough of that. That'd be kind of fun. Oh, also 2020. Maybe I'll do a little bit of that too. We'll figure it out. It's in a couple days, so I'll talk with these guys and I'll see if I can get some guests on. But in terms of that, like I said, we'll figure that out and get that sorted. Thank you guys for watching, and remember, you must play Sega Saturn.